Now to Maine's roadways, which had a relatively safe year with the fewest number of fatal crashes since 2014.
However, we've had a cluster of wrong-way crashes over the last 2 months, and it's raising some alarm bells. Here's News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour.
Picture this. You're hopping on the highway to head to school or to work, and you see a driver headed straight towards you. Wrong-way drivers is a concern that many have in the back of their minds, and with the string of recent incidents, some are raising concerns. John DiPietro says he was driving up Interstate 295 near Yarmouth when
the car in front of me jammed on their brakes and swerved out of the way, and that was good because it really caught my attention. I would have just been driving along.
A wrong-way driver traveling south nearly hit DiPietro.
And I had about a second to get out of the lane, and fortunately there was nobody to my right.
It's just one in a string of similar issues Maine has seen in the span of a couple of months, with Maine State Police investigating at least 4 incidents involving wrong-way drivers or crashes since the start of December.
Definitely have started trying to make sure I am looking farther ahead.
And last year, Maine saw a spike in deaths from wrong-way crashes, according to the Department of Transportation. And that's on top of a record-breaking number of those crashes the year before, in 2022. Transportation officials say those numbers don't necessarily mean we're seeing the start of a trend, but they're working to make roads safer.
We're actually working with Maine DOT right now for buying internally lit wrong-way signs. So if you're sitting at an intersection and you look over, you'll actually see the sign.
To understand why these incidents happen and how they're prevented, the Maine Turnpike Authority led us inside its Transportation Management Center, where they keep an eye on the roads.
These folks will get a call from somebody driving by, or there's something going on here, and they will call the state police.
Chief Operations Officer Peter Murfeld says while 2/3 of crashes are from impaired drivers, the rest are from simple confusion or even distractions.
They also found that between 6 p.m. at night and 6 a.m. in the morning, high frequency of crashes.
When behind the wheel, experts say staying present is the best way to keep an accident from happening.
We all want to be safe out there on the road, and we should all do our part.
Now, in the unfortunate situation you do come across a wrong-way driver, folks at AAA tell me the easiest way to avoid a crash is to move over to the breakdown lane as safely and as quickly as possible and dial 911. In Portland, Caroline LaCour, News Center, Maine.